Get that fucking trash out of your life. You have legacies to build. We grew that business from 3.4 million to 17.1. Horsepower, not horse shit. You want to be the parent that's an ally. They don't need another fucking friend. Not everybody's cup of whiskey. Toughest advice for the toughest businessmen. Be relentless. There are 24 hours in each day, but only 2 or 3 that matter. There are 24 hours in each and every day, but only 2 or 3 that actually matter. That quote comes from the great badass business consultant, Peter Drucker, an amazing, amazing author, speaker, coach. There are 24 hours in every day, but only 2 or 3 hours matter. This man has been around some of the wealthiest, most generous, most successful entrepreneurs on earth. Billionaires, millionaires, builders, contenders, generous, badass kings and champions. There's 24 hours in every day, but only 2 or 3 hours matter. So I talk about winning your morning. I talk about the first hour of the day belongs to you. I talk about owning your morning, conquering the chaos in the afternoon, and then being fully present in the evenings with the people you love, the people that matter the most to you. Own the mornings, conquer the chaos of the afternoon, and be fully present, meaning no iPhones, no technology, no televisions, no distractions, with the people that matter most. Your queen, your children, your grandchildren, good friends, your parents, whatever. There are 24 hours in a day, but only 2 or 3 hours that matter. Drucker is a pretty smart guy, and he's been around the top 1% of top 1%. We're not talking about, an entrepreneur here doing well for themselves. We're not talking about a guy with 1 or 2 or 5 million in the bank. We're talking about some of the titans and kings. We're talking about empire builders here. That's who Peter Drucker works with. Empire builders, badass kings, multi-millionaires and billionaires. So when Drucker speaks, it's worth us listening. That's a writer-downer. I put it on a card, a recipe card. I look at it. I pinned it up on the wall. There are 24 hours in every day, but only 2 or 3 hours actually matter. And then Drucker goes on to say that it's what we do with those 2 or 3 hours that makes the difference between how successful our life is or isn't. So what we do with those 2 or 3 hours is the difference with a life of success, significance, and service versus a life of quiet desperation. And it's amazing, he pins it down to 2 or 3 hours. And once again, in the last 19 years of my life, since I started living life and doing business on my own terms, I've got myself to a safe harbor financial position. I'm in the best physical shape of my life. I'm in the best mental shape of my life. I'm in the best spiritual shape of my life, best emotional shape of my life. I'm heading towards what my dad calls that age 55, where you're at your peak, where it all comes together. When you enter your 50s, your 60s, you've got it all going on. That should be your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, and your financial peak. You can't maybe run and lift like you did when you were 25, but that's not the point. It's all together. It's about the entire you. You're a world builder now. You're not some kid in the gym. You're a world builder now. You're not some guy trying to make a quick few bucks. You're a world builder. You're not trying to make a sale. You're trying to make a sale to create a relationship. So you're no longer just a salesperson, you're a marketer, you're a world builder. So Drucker nails this when only 2 or 3 of the hours actually matter, and what you do with those 2 or 3 hours is the difference between winning and losing. I talk about how I get up every morning, and after my prayer and journaling, I head out and I walk for 70 minutes. And I get in my steps. It's my walking to me is mental, it's physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's everything. I don't have any technology with me. I use this broken iPhone to shoot this video, and then I put it away. I don't check my email until 11 a.m. every day. I don't check my phone till 11 a.m. each day. I don't carry my phone to restaurants or to ball games. We're going to the zoo today and the animal sanctuary with Kristen Emery. I'll leave my phone at home for 5-6 hours. When I go to tennis, I leave my phone at home for 2 hours. We went out to dinner at Ocean Prime on Saturday with Dan Lizonis and his wife Inez. And I enjoyed that dinner 4 hours. No phone, everybody else in the restaurant, everybody at the bar, lost on a Saturday night in their phone, you know, flittering around like moths. Their attention, digital dementia. Their attention everywhere but where it should be. And all of them living in holes of unhappiness, black holes, the quiet desperation crowd. Not yours, relentless, not at our table. Sitting there asking questions, being curious, learning, talking about each other, just enjoying precious time together. So if Drucker's right that there's 24 hours in each day and only 2 or 3 actually matter, what are those hours? Well, Peter talks about those hours being first thing in the morning. All the multimillionaires and billionaires are early risers. There might be an exception, but it's an exception to the rule. Most millionaires and billionaires that I know or have coached or associate with are early risers. They're up anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6. They're certainly 6 o'clock is the latest. So they own that first hour of the day. They're up like this. There's nobody out here. I've talked to 3 people this morning. There's nobody out here at 5:30. So I'm owning the first hour of the day. So those guys, as busy as they are, the first hour of the day belongs to them. They get up, they splash some water on their face, and a lot of those guys, the first thing they do is movement, which is walking. Maybe they go to the gym, but most of them meditate, prayer, and some movement, like walking. In other words, they get their bodies going. Push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, splash some water, movement. And they do it without technology, without checking their phone. What's in their phone? Somebody else's agenda. That's not part of the 2 or 3 hours that matter. So they get up and they move for 30 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. I walk for 70 minutes. That's what works for me. Then they do something in terms of getting their mental state right. They may read the Bible, they may read some scripture, they may read a physical book, they journal, they meditate, they pray, they get their mental and spiritual state, emotional state in the right spot after rising and before they take on the day. So right off the bat, they've owned the first hour of the day. The first hour of the day belongs to you. If you're not claiming it, you're being a little bitch. You're letting down your queen, you're letting down your children, you're letting down your employees, and most importantly, you're letting down yourself. You're burying yourself in the bullshit excuse of, well, I don't have time. Really, get to bed earlier. Stop scrolling your life away. Put down the phone, lock it away, say some prayers, do some journaling, talk to your spouse, and get to bed. Tomorrow starts today. Get to bed. Go to bed at the same time every night. Get up at the same time every day. For me, it's 10 and 6, 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. And I usually rise earlier than 6. So 7 to 8 hours of glorious sleep per night, every night. No matter what, I get up at the same time or earlier every day. So really, I mean, the first hour of the day belongs to everybody. I don't care what it is. Get up before the kids, go sit in the truck if you have to in the driveway, go to the car. I don't care what you have to do. The first hour of the day belongs to you. Well, what do I do, Michael, with that first hour of the day? You do your number one goal. What's your number one thing? Maybe you have to walk. Maybe you have to pray. Maybe you have to do Operation Money Suck, your marketing. Do something that brings you money. Okay, checking email doesn't bring you money. Checking your text doesn't bring you money. Social media doesn't bring you money. The news doesn't bring you money. Politics doesn't bring you money. It makes you less. It's all an attack, a toxic attack on yourself, your manhood, your family. So the first hour of the day belongs to you. And you do the number one or two things that are most important to you. So in my case, I walk. I used to use the first hour for marketing. I've used the first hour for reading. You decide what's going to move the needle the most and do that. Nothing beats a walk outside in nature. When it's snowing, when it's raining, when it's hot, when it's cold, when there's bugs, there's nothing better than this solitude out here. I've got time out here with my golden gut, my intuition, my creator. I listen like Thomas Edison. I get to walk and listen for ideas. Do you know how many ideas have come to me already by walking for an hour today? I'm breathing in fresh air. It's nice and cool this morning. I'm out here by myself, a man on a mission. So for me, that's the big one, to get up and move, to get up and think and listen for ideas. And then secondly, do something that brings you money. Operation Money Sucks. Set the timer for 30 minutes, sit down and work on something that'll bring you money. Maybe it's a postcard, maybe it's a flyer. Write an email to your list. Write an email to your list. Every week, send an email to your list that brings you leads, brings you money, that brings you cash flow. You might want to write a couple of articles in your newsletter, but do something with that half hour every morning. Operation Money Suck. No technology around, no cell phones, all locked away. Do something, you move your body. Do something to move some money towards you. Make yourself magnetic. Operation Money Suck. Half an hour walk, half an hour of Operation Money Suck, and then sharpen the axe. As the great Benjamin Franklin says, sharpen the axe. If I had 10 hours of cutting wood, he said he would use 9 of them to sharpen the axe, sharpen the saw. So read for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Books, real books and newsletter, physical books and newsletter. Nothing on a screen, nothing on an iPad, books. So you got your walk in, 30 minutes outside in nature. Get outside in nature. It's where we're meant to be. We're hunters, we're gatherers, we're fishermen. We're meant to be out running, we're meant to be out walking, we're meant to be pursuing. Get outside under the sun. Get outside before the sun rises. Get out in the fresh air. Get out in the fucking cold. Get out here. Put some grit in your life. Build some mental calluses. Do the opposite of everybody else. Walk in silence and solitude. Leave that goddamn cell phone at home. Leave it at home. This is your time. You own the first morning of the day. Wise up. Secondly, Operation Money Suck. As soon as you walk in the door, pour yourself another glass of water, sit your butt down, and write for half an hour. Write copy. Write an email to your list. Simple as that. Write an email to your list, or do some copywriting for your newsletter. And then thirdly, like I said, grab your book and a cup of coffee. That's your reward. Cup of coffee. You've been drinking water for an hour. Grab a cup of coffee. Sit down with a newsletter, my paper newsletter, a telegram I sent you, a book, and put good news into your mind. Learn something. Grow intellectually, emotionally, spiritually. Read the Bible, read some scripture, read something motivational. Read, not listen. Sit down and read a physical book. Do that for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, done. Maximum, this all took 90 minutes. And now you've owned your morning. You have won the morning. Now you can let, you know, it can be the Hatfields and the McCoys. It can be the wild, wild west if that's what you want. Turn on your cell phone and let it fly. I don't do any of that. I keep working for 3 to 5 hours, but at least you got in the first hour, hour and a half. You've done what Peter Drucker said you have to do to win. You have to own the first 2 to 3 hours. They only matter. So if you can only do this for an hour, that's great. The next time, push it to 2 hours, to 3 hours. Just keep pushing and pushing and pushing it. And doing more and more and more. And like I said, I started with 1 hour years and years ago. Then I got it up to 90 minutes. Then I got it up to 2 hours. Then I got it up to 3 hours. And for the last, I don't know, 20 years, I've been working anywhere from 1 to 5 hours per day. But I only work on Operation Money Suck. I only write copy. I only shoot videos. I only write newsletters. I only write telegrams. I only write and talk. I write and talk, write and talk, write and talk. Those are the two things that bring our company money. Marc-Andre and Leanne, they do the rest of it. They close loops. I open loops, they close loops. I open loops, they close loops. But I write and I talk. I write and I talk. I write and I talk. Like everything out here, we had a big storm last night. It reminded me, I'm the rainmaker. I'm the rainmaker. Make it rain. Get up every day and make it rain. Every day, 1 hour, make it rain. Half an hour, make it rain. And that's what Drucker's talking about, is don't use the losing language. I'm too busy. Or I'm on this, I'm in the rat race. That's loser talk. Talk to yourself like a champion. I have time. Go to bed earlier. Get up an hour earlier. Drink water instead of coffee first thing. Leave the cell phone locked away. Don't even have it in the same room. And win that first hour of the day. Win that first 90 minutes. Win that first 2 hours. And like Drucker said, there's 24 long hours in a day, but only 2 or 3 actually matter. And what you do with those 2 or 3 hours will define winning and losing. Whatever you do with those first 2 to 3 hours in the day, I can tell as soon as I meet you, as soon as I talk to you, show me the first hour of your day. Show me the second hour of your day. Show me the third hour of your day. And I'll show you the difference between winning and losing. I'll predict your bank account. I'll predict how happy your marriage is. I'll predict how physically fit you are, mentally fit you are. I'll predict your connection with your children. I'll predict it all. I'll predict whether you live a life of significance and personal sovereignty, or if you live a life of quiet desperation. All by the first 1, 2, and 3 hours of the day. There's 24 hours in a day, but only 2 or 3 matter. And what you do with those 2 or 3 is the difference between a life of success and significance and a life of quiet desperation. Own the first hour of your day, period. 7 days a week, period. We're heading to the zoo here and the animal sanctuary, so I got up today an hour earlier. I usually get up at 5:59. Today I got up at 4:59. This gives me an hour to be ahead because we're leaving at 9 in the morning. So instead of me skipping my road work, skipping my reading, or skipping Operation Money Suck, I just went to bed a little bit earlier last night. I don't drink, I didn't tear it down on the weekend, so here I am on a Monday morning up early before everybody else. I get in my steps, I shoot a video. Now I'm gonna go grab my coffee, I'm going to read for an hour, and I'm gonna copyright for an hour. So when Krista comes out to the pool to leave at 9 o'clock for the day, for at least part of the day, we're taking Emery to the zoo and the animal sanctuary, private tour for her. Our neighbor works at the animal sanctuary. I've won the first 3 hours of the day. Walking, Operation Money Suck, and sharpening the axe. Simple as that. I followed Peter Drucker's advice today, and I did it by 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. You have that stuff done by 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning? Or are you still answering texts from the weekend? Or are you still looking what creepy Joe Biden did this weekend? Or are you watching what's happening in the White House? Or are you comparing yourself to your neighbor or other insurance agents on anti-social media? Or maybe you're still talking about the NBA playoffs. Yeah, what a scam. Geez, healthy scratches. That's what that league is now. Get paid $30 million, but you don't play your players. And you tank, and you don't show up, and you LeBron James it and don't play a third of the games. Man, I really want to support that league. Those guys wouldn't last 5 minutes in the NHL. Those sweethearts, those cupcakes wouldn't last 5 minutes in the NHL. There's exceptions to the rule, of course, but they're exceptions. Those NBA tomato cans wouldn't last 5 minutes. In junior hockey that I ran, they wouldn't. Those snowflakes wouldn't last 7 minutes as a Perth Blue Wing. So, anyways, I don't invest my time with that garbage. My life's too important to spend watching millionaires run around when they feel like it. And in the end, I'll watch a little bit of the finals when you have the two best teams. The guys that don't healthy scratch, the guys that don't have guys that don't show up. Winners, I'll watch the winners at the end because winners win and losers lose. So I'm starting a email millions mastermind. It's going to be starting in May when I'm ready, and you can apply for it at emailmillions.com. That's emailmillions.coach, not com. Emailmillions.coach. And it's going to be a monthly mastermind where I work with small business owners, businessmen, and entrepreneurs. And I show you how to build an email list and mail it once a week. So you send an email once a week. And I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to show you the software to buy. I'm going to show you how to write the emails. And I'm actually going to write one email per week for the group that you literally can just personalize and you're good to go. You press send every week. 52 emails per year, one per week. And these are the emails that I've used in all my companies: the hockey business, the barbershop business, the coaching business, the consulting business, the insurance business, to save my life. I was drowning. I had no cash flow. I couldn't make my payments in the insurance business. I was shit out of luck. And I was about to go bankrupt in the insurance business. I couldn't make the monthly $30,000 payments. So what I do? I stumbled into email. And I would send an email a week to my list. I didn't really have a list. I built it from one email up to 63,000 over 17, 18 years. But it just shows you the power of sitting down for 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops, and taking the email that I've written and just tweak it and send it every Tuesday or every Wednesday, whatever you want. If you have all kinds of leads and all kinds of cash flow, do not buy this. You don't need it. It's just a waste of your time and money. You're already doing this. But if you're looking to build a number one asset in your company, something that you can sell at the end too when you walk away into the sunset, then nothing is more powerful than email and a mailing list. Physical mailing and emailing. And I'll show you what software to use. I'll show you how to build your list from 0 to hundreds to thousands of people on your list. I'll show you how to sit down. I call it my slacker method. Sit down for 10 minutes each week, take the email I wrote, and press send out to your list and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leads. Start to build a personal relationship with your list. And it literally becomes an asset over time that you can literally send bills to. You want to go on a vacation, email your list. You want more money for college, email your list. You want to add another employee to your team, email your list. You want to travel Europe, email your list. You want to buy a second home, email your list. You want to buy a classic car, email your list. You want to go to the US Open, email your list. That's how powerful that asset is. Sit down for 10 minutes, write an email, personality marketing. I'll show you how to do it. Most people, 99.9% have no clue. Mail or email millions.coach. Email millions.coach. I'm going to cut it off at 100 guys. It's $147 a month for civilians and outsiders. $147. That's chump change. That's one or two people replying each week to an email, not even. And for my VIPs, my newsletter subscribers, my Michael McLean tribe, and my Mastermind guys, $97 a month. That's free money. I'm selling money at a discount. I'm literally selling money at a discount here. So if you spend 97 bucks or 147, if you spend $1,000 a month, what's the value of having 1, 2, 3 leads a week? What happens when you get up into the leads where in our insurance company we used to end up with 70 leads? That took time, but that eventually happened. So press a button, leads and cash flow. Press a button. I couldn't even sleep before when I was struggling, when I was drowning in the insurance business, making that payment. I couldn't even sleep at night. I was aging. The pressure was unrelenting. Debt makes a hard pillow. I couldn't make the $30,000 a month. And I stumbled into building an email list and mailing it. And it saved my bacon. It saved my bacon. I have literally generated tens of millions of dollars through email. Next to physical mail, it's my number one weapon. It's the 8th wonder of the world. Email is the 8th wonder of the world because it's inexpensive. Direct mail, postcards, newsletters, telegrams, it's expensive. It's expensive. You have postage, you have printing, but email, it's really inexpensive. 10 minutes a day, boom. 10 minutes a week, boom. And it saved my bacon in the insurance business. And it built my hockey team. It built my barbershop. It built my real estate portfolio. And it built this consulting company. What do? I email you 7 days a week, 365 days. So I don't talk a good game, I play a good game. I send an email to you 380 times a year, every day, sometimes twice. That's the 8th wonder of the world, and I'll show you how to do all of it. So go to emailmillions.coach, emailmillions.coach, sign up, apply. It's not for whales that have tons of cash flow and have tons of leads. If that's you, save your money and time. It's not for you. But if you're a small business owner like me, mid-sized to small business, and you're looking to improve your cash flow and leads into your business, into your company, then this is exactly what you want. Press send, make money. Emailmillions.coach. And I'm going to cap it at 100, and we're going to start in May. So if you're interested, great. Emailmillions.com. If you're not interested, that's fine as well. No worries either way. 2 words that changed my life, 2 words that can change your life. Remember what Peter Drucker said, there's 24 hours in every day, but only 2 or 3 that matter. Own the first hour of the day, own your morning, and conquer the chaos of the afternoon, and make sure you're 100% present in the evenings with the people that matter the most to you. That's the legacy that will be remembered. 2 words that changed my life, 2 words that'll change your life. Be relentless.